Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of Plan It Till You Make It. I hope you guys are doing well as always. So today, I have something so special to share with you guys. If you follow me on Instagram, you already know. If you're here from Instagram, you know what the news is and you know what I'm going to share with you. First of all, how's your year going? How is 2025 treating you? Y'all, 2024 is ghetto. Let's just call it for what it was. 2024 was ghetto. But thank God we made it. I made it. And if you're watching this, you also made it. And we are grateful. I am grateful for that. And I'm excited for the new year. I'm excited for what's happening for 2025. So if you watch my last episode of 10 things I will no longer be doing in 2025, one of those things was that I will no longer be using the Happy Planner. I know, shocker. I never thought that those words would come out of my mouth. But y'all, the Happy Planner has taken your girl through some times, and I've used it for many, many years. However, there are things I needed a planner to do for me, and the Happy Planner was not doing it. Y'all, I am the person who, when the new year starts, I'll be all excited about the new year. I'll be watching the girls create their planner lineups and have all those things together. And I will create not cute inserts for my goals, add all the stickers, all the things. And by the end of January, I don't even know where that insert is. And I have no idea where that insert has gone. I don't know what I did with it. And sometimes it will be at the beginning of my planner for so long. And when I'm cleaning out my planner, I would get tired of looking at it and I'll just put it somewhere. And to tell the truth, as I'm a disc girly, I will forever be a disc girly. But if you're not careful with the disc bound system, tend to get lost in there because it becomes like a junk drawer. Let's call it what it is. Because you have the ability to just insert things in there, and so things get lost. And among those things will be my goals. So that was one problem. Now, the next problem I was having with the other planners I was using is that not only I would write my goals down and forget about them, but even when I wrote down those goals, I never had a clear system on how I was going to actually achieve those goals. I would write them, put them in the beginning of the year, maybe do one or two goals throughout the year, but I never revisited them again. And not only that, I would not accomplish a goal and never have a clear understanding of why I was not accomplishing those goals. That and so much more is the reason that led me to this moment. Y'all, your girl created her own planner. This is the planner I will be using for 2025. After much thought and after years of not being able to accomplish my goals, and not only was I not accomplishing my goals, I had no clear reason why, and I did not know how to implement my goals in my everyday tasks. So what I did with this planner is not only are you able to list down all the goals you want to accomplish for the new year, but it also allows you to break them down into how you're going to accomplish those goals. And one of the best part I love about this planner is not only does it help you break down those goals into small steps that can be accomplished throughout the week, it gives you reflection sections. There are reflections for weekly reflections, monthly reflections, quarterly reflections, yearly reflections, to try to pinpoint every week, every month, every quarter, what is the reason why I cannot accomplish that goal? Let's say the goal is to have an emergency fund, but for some reason, every year we would say we're going to create an emergency fund, but we make the money, but we can never accomplish that goal. So what the reflection questions will do for you in this planner is to force you to think, why was I not able to create that emergency fund? It's not that I don't have the desire to. I do have the desire to, I do have the need to, but somehow it's not getting accomplished. And this planner will help you answer those deep questions and come up with solutions for the next quarter, the next week, the next month, or the next year on how you're going to strategize to better accomplish that goal. So that is Plan It Till You Make It in a nutshell. Hence the name. You're going to plan it out until you make the dreams come true. And I'm going to turn the camera around and give you guys a top-down view on every section of the planner. And I'll go into more details on what each section is for. And I will also have other videos on how I plan my year and how using the Plan It Till You Make It system, how to use it to help you accomplish your goals, to break down those goals, and to get closer to your dreams. So That is it. Let's get to the good part. And, let's get to it. Let's open it. Ooh. Y'all, this is her in all of her beauty. And isn't the box gorgeous? Like, this box is just so stunning. Like I said, I put a lot of thought into this, and I just felt the box and the planner, they go so well together. When you get yours, it's going to be all wrapped up and it's going to have my logo on it, but I've already done an unboxing on Instagram. So if you want to see the full thing, you could go on Instagram and check that out. Or it's also on YouTube Shorts. So when you get your planner, it's going to include three bookmarks. One says goals, because this is a goal planner, and I think it's important to have a section, your goal section mark. And then this says this month, if you can see it. And then finally, this says this week, and this comes included in your planner. So just a quick flip through. So again, the goal of me creating this planner, as I said, using the disc system, what I was finding is a lot of times I will create my goals in the beginning of the year, and I had no clear way of following through with those goals. I'll write them down, make the paper all cute, add stickers, and then I'll leave them in the beginning of the year and never look at them again. Or I'll get, at some point in the year, even I'll get so annoyed by looking at them, I'll literally remove them and put them in another planner. And out of sight, out of mind. And so what this planner allows you to do is it's going to allow you to break those goals down into yearly, quarterly, monthly, and weekly tasks that will help you to stay focused on your goals as you are focusing on your weekly tasks. So you will always have your goals, whatever it is that you need to do, you will always have it in front of you so you don't forget, so you don't do like I do, add it in the beginning of the planner and forget about it. Okay, so enough talking, let's get to it. So this is the inside cover. As you can see, it also matches the box. That was done on purpose. And you have a little pocket here. The pocket can fit a few things. As you can see, I have a paper here. This is a 9.25 by 7. And as you can see, it fits there and there's still some room. And just for the specs of the planner is on gold discs. They are gold, but they are not metal. I just wanted to point that out. They look very real. They look like metal. And my designer, he did such a good job implementing that. And it's very durable. And that is it. And I know some people enjoy metal discs, but that will also be something that's available that you can pick up in the store if you want. So here is just the front page, the name page. It says, "Behold, I'm doing a new thing." And this is where you'll be writing your name. The reason behind the doing a new thing, this to me is that was also something I focused on last year, and new is also going to be my word of the year for 2025. And that's because this is new to me. Actually doing a planner to implement everything I have already been doing, but to have it on a physical planner, that's very new to me. So this is a testament for myself, and maybe that's a thing for you too. Maybe you're trying something new this year. I just want you to start off the planner saying you're doing a new thing, and you basically sign your name to that. So that was the thought process behind that. And that's also a Bible verse, if you know. So this is just some copyright information. This is the mission statement. I won't go through that with you guys. So this is just some instructions on how to use the planner. I will go through everything with you here. And of course, it'll be timestamped if it's something you want to skip. But the planner starts with your vision board. This is where you're going to print out pictures, add here, and then it's going to go into a quarterly, a yearly review, then a quarterly review, then a monthly, then a weekly. And I'll show you all of this throughout. So starting with the vision board, the point of the vision board, if you've ever done a vision board, you're basically creating your dream life. Everything and anything you can think of, you want to do, not just at the end of the year, but where do you see yourself a year, 2 years, and 3, 4 to 5 years from now? Whoever that person is going to be, you find a picture that reflects that and you add it to your goal wheel. There is somewhere I want to be in 5 years in terms of my business, in terms of school, pursuing my career, in terms of my health and all of that. When I think about who I want to become years from now, I have a picture in mind. And you can go on Pinterest, wherever you usually get your pictures. You cut it out, print it out, and just add it there, just so you can always have something to look at, just to keep a vision in your mind. So then we jump into the goal wheel. The goal wheel is basically, if you're familiar with goal wheel, this is where you will be writing down what you want to focus on, what the 6 categories you want to focus on for the year. So you write your 6 categories. For me, it could be health, self-care, it could be relationships, it could be your business or career, whatever it is. You select 6 categories. You basically shrink all of your visions into 6 categories, and this is where you will write them. You write your categories, and then you go in the goal wheel and you give yourself a score of 1 to 10 based on where you left up last year. Next, this is where you will write down those goals. Once you write each category, let's say your category is health. This is where here you got going to put health, and then you're going to write down every goal you want to achieve regarding your health. So maybe if it's health, maybe eat healthier. Maybe eat more greens could be one thing. Maybe lose 20 pounds. That could be part of your health, losing 20 pounds. Yearly checkups, that could be part of your yearly goal. So all of that will fall under health. And you're going to do that for each one of those categories. So health, finances, career, what have you. You're going to write the category here, and then you're going to write down every single goal you can possibly think of regarding that category. You add them here. Again, they don't have to be completed by the end of the year, but at least you have it there. And throughout the year, you can pick based on your timeline, based on resources that are available to you, what goal can you actually accomplish in this quarter? And you're going to pull it from there, and you're going to focus on that goal for the quarter. Next, this is where you're going to break your goals down. I made this whole thing a whole page for each category. So you're going to have 6 of these pages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So in the header here, you're going to write your category. Again, let's say the category is health, or let's say the category is finances. You want to pay off your car. So you're going to put how much money you need to pay on the car. Let's say pay $5,000. That's an example we use in the planner. You have $5,000 left on your car. So what is your goal? Your main goal is for your finances is to pay off the car. So you could have that as one thing. You could break it down all the way to how you're going to save money to make that happen. Maybe you need to cut back on eating out. Maybe you need to take money out from other things you are using it and put it towards your car. But this is where you're going to do all of that brainstorming. I provided enough space. Again, what I mean by not restricting you on how you break down your goals, this is why this space open, and I don't tell you what to do with it. You could do a web graph, you could do drawings, you could add stickers, whatever you need to do. That is what this space is for. So next, in your planner, I will show you. You have your yearly overview, basically for 2025 and 2026. And next, you have your future planning. This space, whatever you have coming up towards the end of the year. I know some girls like to break apart their planners, probably keep a month at a time. But this is for those of you who like to Franken plan. You can always have this in your planner where you can always refer to when you have something coming for the following month. And I know some of us like to decorate our planners, and we don't like to put things down until it is set in stone, and that's what we're going to do. So this is a place to always have those ready to go, so you don't miss out on any appointments you have coming throughout the year. The next section is your weekly tasks. Here, you're going to put down whatever you do on a weekly basis. There are some things we just do on a weekly basis. I do laundry on a weekly basis. I submit my timesheet for work on a weekly basis. This is where I come and I add those things so that throughout the year, I can always come back here and know what I'm supposed to be doing on a Monday, what I'm supposed to be doing on a Tuesday, Wednesday, etc., etc. And next, I created this ideal week. This is basically where you're going to write what does your week usually look like. I believe in goal setting, time blocking is a very important thing. A lot of times we don't achieve our goals because we don't know what we're supposed to be doing and when we're supposed to be doing it. So this allows you to block time for you to sleep, time for you to be at work, time for you to have dinner and have lunch, time for you to work out. So that way you can see how much time you have left for you to actually work on your goals. So that's what this is here. Of course, it can change throughout the year, and you can always make adjustments as it changes throughout the year. All right, now back to our goal setting. So I zoomed in a little bit more so you guys can get a better look. All right. So here is your quarterly review. Remember, you have your yearly goals, and you break them down into what will happen each quarter. Let's say your goal is to pay off $6,000 in the car. So a quarterly goal will be to pay $1,500 each quarter. or you can break it down even smaller and say you're going to pay $500 every month. So before you go into the quarter, this is one part of the planner I'm very, very, very proud of. This is the reflection question. What I realized in goal setting also is that what we tend to do is we don't accomplish a goal and we just move it to the next week. We move it to the next week, the next month, the next year. But we never take the time to really dig deep into why that goal didn't get accomplished. Why I have to keep pushing that goal to the point where it's been a month, 2 months, and sometimes years. And this is what this is supposed to help you with. So the reflection questions, I purposely created them to have a preview portion where you preview your goals and what plans you're going to have in place to accomplish that goal for the quarter. And after the preview section is a review section. And that is where you're going to review what happened during that month and why you didn't accomplish those goals. Again, to try to pinpoint why those goals keep getting pushed and why they're not getting accomplished. So here, this is a quarterly review, of course, and this is where you will write down 6 goals you will focus on. Again, repetition is very important when goal setting. Repetition. The more you write it, the more you will remember. You write down what 6 goals, put it in on paper. What 6 goals you want to focus on for the next quarter. And it starts to ask you some very deep questions. And what things are you going to put in place? What routines you're going to put in place? Again, being specific about what we're going to do to make sure we accomplish those goals. And that's what that preview section is about. And of course, here you write down your goal for the quarter. For example, for the car example again, your goal for the quarter will be to pay $1,500 in the car, $1,500. So here you could put your category as finances, and your main goal could be pay $1,500. And so you divide it: pay $500 in January, pay $500 in February, and pay $500 in March. And of course, I'm going to create my own goal setting with you guys, and you can see how I do it and you can follow along. And this, again, giving you space to break those things down and be as creative as you need to be to help you accomplish those goals. And then next is our monthly view. I just have some holidays in here, some main national holidays. And this is the view you will see before you get to the weekly. I left it empty. I don't want to tell you what to do with your goal setting or what tasks to accomplish. I left that space empty because as a planner user, I've been using planners for years. I don't like to be restricted in my planner. So I want to extend that same sentiment to you. This is left empty, whatever. Maybe this is going to be a priority list. Maybe this is going to be a to-buy list for the month. Maybe this is going to be a list of things, of people you need to call, things you need to do, whatever it may be. I left that space empty for you to do it as you please. And here is the other part of the goal setting. Here, you will write down, again, you're going to write down the category. Remember, our category for focus we're using as an example is finances. Let's see, your category is finances. Remember, we said we're paying $1,500. We have to pay $16,000 for 2025. In quarter one, we're going to pay $1,500. And in month one, we're going to pay $500. So our goal for this month is to pay $500 on that card. So that's our financial goal for the month. And so we go here and we rewrite it and we break it down even more. That's what these lines are for. You break it down. What do you need to do? What are the things you need to implement to make sure you have the $500 to plan? No eating out for a month. No going out for a month. And if we're going to go out, we're going to limit it. Again, if paying your car is more important to you, you will make the sacrifice and make the necessary changes to make it happen. So that's what that is for. And of course, once you accomplish that goal for the month, you just check it off here to say it was achieved. And the long-awaited weekly overview. Here we have the weekly overview. Of course, we have a section focused on goal setting, and then we have this section for your regular weekly tasks. This is a section for priorities. Whatever priorities you have for the week outside of your goals, you could write them here, and you have your weekly to-do list here. And this is where you're going to write your goals. Remember, we said whatever the goal is, what that goal is, let's say our financial goal again is to pay off the car. So our monthly goal is to pay $500. So in that case, our weekly payment to accomplish that goal, to get closer to that goal for finances, we're going to pay $125 a week. See, $125 doesn't sound as bad as paying $6,000 on the car. And that is the point of this planner. The point of the planner is to break it down to such a small step, to such a small task that when you have to do it, it's not going to feel like anything. If your goal is to lose 20 pounds in a year and you break it down to losing, let's say, 5 pounds maybe a month, that's more durable. And once you say pounds a month, you can break it down even smaller into 1 pound a week. And sometimes that's just taking a walk. You could lose that weight by just taking a walk. You could lose that weight by simply removing sugar. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm just saying from personal experience. You could lose that weight by simply removing sugar from your diet. You do that for a month, you do that for a quarter, and before you know it, you will be closer to your goals. So that is the purpose of this. You every week we know that's how we're going to get to that goal of paying off that car. We're going to pay $125, and before you know it, by the end of the month, we would have paid $500. By the end of the quarter, we would have paid 500. We would have paid $1,500, and by the end of the year, we would be done with that payment. And of course, here is where you would write down some habits that you will put in place to make sure you save that you have that money available. In that case, that money could be, again, we talked about not eating out. Give yourself the challenge. Make a habit of not eating out. I know sometimes it's the easiest thing to do to just buy lunch at work, but you'll be surprised how much money you spend in buying lunch every week. If you lunch is not $5, lunch could go up to $20, and that's being generous. If you spend $20 on lunch every single day, by the end of the week, you have spent $100 eating out. And that's just lunch. You still have to eat breakfast and you still have to eat dinner. When you think about it that way, things really start to make sense. And so that $100, out of that $20 you could pay for lunch, and in this economy, that's me being generous. Out of that $20 you could spend every day on lunch, imagine that money could go towards paying off your car. So maybe that's a habit you want for that week. We're going to not eat out for 5 days out of the week, and before you know it, you would have that money available, pay off the car for the week, and you are one step closer to accomplishing your goal for that year. Okay, so this is where you write your task, and I left this little space here to do with it whatever you please. It goes Monday through Sunday, and it just says next week for whatever you have coming up for the next week. And then it goes like that. And of course, this is your reflection for the month. Again, I will not let you get away with not accomplishing your task. We need to dig into the problem and see why we're not accomplishing that task. This is our weekly review. Every week, it doesn't have to take you long. It could take you about 1 to 2 minutes. Every week you come back, you evaluate your goals. Why didn't you accomplish that goal? What did you do what happened that you were not able to pay off to put that $125 towards the car? Again, it's not there to blame you. It's not there to make you feel bad, but it's there to help you be aware. Even for me doing this, I was coming from my own hairline. I was seeing the light when I was doing this. There are weeks I would come here and see a goal wasn't accomplished, and I realized, to be honest, I was watching too much TV, or I was scrolling too much on social media, or maybe I had a family member that came over and it threw off my whole week. And those things, when you think about those things and you write them down, it forces you to think, okay, if when I have family members come over and it takes so much of my time that I'm not able to accomplish my goals, what can I do? What can I do next? And this is what that space is for. Not only to see what the problem was, but also to come up with a solution. Why is it that I was not able to accomplish that goal? Again, why was I not able to put that money towards paying off the car? When you think, okay, you didn't accomplish it, I was not able to pay the car because I ate out 5 times out of the week. Yeah. So then the next thing you do is, okay, so what are we going to do? What triggered you eating out, and what are we going to fix it? Maybe because you were in a hurry to go to work and you didn't have time to pack lunch. Then a solution could be we meal prep, and we make our lunch. Even if you don't have time to meal prep for a whole week, then you can meal prep the night before. So this is what those spaces are for. It gives you week 1, week 2, all the way to how many weeks are in that month. And then that space is just left for you to do whatever you want to do with it. And on the next end, you get to the general review. You're going to remember I said that you're going to have a review every week, every month, every quarter, and at the end of the year. The January review, of course, it gives you a space to rate your week. And another thing I specifically did is I specifically categorized the review section into 3 sections: a positive, a gratitude section where you are forced to reflect on the good things that happened for the month. And the next section is the actual reflection section. And then the final section is what are you going to do? Is what are you going to do to plan better for the future? So I labeled this one on a positive note. What is one good thing that happened this week? We're going to list 3 good things that happened, and we're going to be grateful for that. That's a good thing. Gratitude is always a good thing. And sometimes we really don't realize the good things that happen because you focus so much on the bad. Yeah, you were not able to accomplish your goal, but that's okay. It happens to all of us and it happens to the best of us. Then we reflect on what happened and why you were not able to accomplish those goals. And then we're going to review what is it that we're going to do to make sure things don't get in the way, things don't stand as a barrier for you to not accomplish that goal. And it goes like that for every month. February also. And in March, it's different because March marks the end of a quarter. And of course, you're going to have your regular weekly review, your regular monthly review, and then when you flip the page, instead of going on to the next month, then you have your quarterly review. It's the same format. We're going to reflect on positive things that happen and the negative things that happen, what didn't get accomplished. And then here is where we're going to write down the 6 goals we will focus on for the next week, for the next quarter. Whatever goals you had, whatever you had at the beginning of the year, this is a time to review the goals we had at the beginning of the year, and from those goals, we're going to pick something that we're going to focus on for the next quarter for each of your 6 categories. Okay. And of course, these are questions to help you reflect on things you can put in place, habits, strategies you can put in place to do better the next quarter. And the next page is your review. This is where you're going to color in and check to see if your score has increased. And if it did, that's a great thing. Then maybe you can spend more time focusing, put more energy in other goals. However, you need to strategize to accomplish the goals for the next quarter. And here you're going to list your categories and what score. If your score changed, did the score stay the same? And then next, we're going to list each goal we're going to focus on for the next quarter. And that is it for finally. In December, we're going to follow the same reflection pattern. We're going to do weekly reflection, monthly reflection. We're going to do quarterly review, and we're going to do quarterly preview, things we're looking forward to in the next quarter. This one will be different from the other quarters because from your quarterly review, then you're going to jump into your yearly review. Here, we're going to follow the same method: gratitude on a positive note, reflection, and things we're looking forward to the next year. Okay, and strategies we're going to put in place. Reflect on the year as a whole, see what worked, what didn't work, and what we're going to put in place. People we're going to get rid of, people or things we're going to let go of for us to get closer to our dreams. And this is a bonus page I added. You will also have this in your 2026 planner, but I added here just so you can have a place to start brainstorming on things you're going to focus on for the next year. And then at the end of the planner, I give some notes, dotted pages. We have some line notes pages. And finally, we're in the back and we have our pocket here to put your important papers. And that concludes the planner. I'll do one more flip through so you can see all the dividers. That is it, guys. Oh, just so you know, I didn't say that in the beginning of the introduction. I designed the cover, y'all. Yes, your girl designed the cover. I designed basically everything in this planner, but I did not draw the flowers. Someone else drew the flowers, and then I basically arranged them. So yeah, I'm so proud of it. Y'all, this is it. This is all there is to the Plan It Till You Make It planner. Again, I put my heart into this. This planner is the result of things that were missing in other planners, that I would constantly always have to add additional pages, make additional changes just to get the planner to fit me. So instead of doing that, I put it all in one planner. That way, not only I get to enjoy it, not only I get to use the system to accomplish my goals, but you guys get to do the same thing too. All right. So I have this available for pre-sale on the website. You can try to get your hands on them. I hope it's something that you want to use. And I truly believe using this planner, it will really help you to accomplish those goals. And that is one of the biggest thing for me. I have seen too many people be excel in so many areas of their lives, and a lot of times I notice that goal setting and accomplishing their goals is something that really they fail in, not because they're not great people, but I believe it's because they don't have a system in place to accomplish those goals. So this is the heart of this planner. It's a system to help you accomplish your goals, to help you be the better you, because we don't want to look back in life and wonder where has the time gone, and feel that we wasted our lives. All right. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope this planner helps you in the best way possible. And that's it. Bye.